How are you, everybody? How see the class online? In my previous lecture, I teach you tech question. So today I discuss with you the rest of part of tech question. At first, I introduce you. I am Nurul. I am assistant teacher of Mirganj BL High School, Golabganj, Sylhet. Our today's topic is tech question. Dear students, I already discussed how you make a tech question or take questions answer. Now I discuss from then. Here I write an example. Suppose he talks English. Here, if the subject is third person singular number, the verb takes s or es. When the verb takes s or es, and if does not any auxiliary verb, we use does as a verb. Then if it is assertive sentence or affirmative sentence, we use not, and if the subject is pronoun, we use directly this pronoun. That means the answer is doesn't he. Another example, they loved flower. Here the another example is, in this sentence the verb is loved and it is the past form of the verb, and there is no auxiliary verb in this sentence. So if the sentence have not any auxiliary verb, we use do, does, did as a verb of take or take question. So the verb is loved, it is past form of verb, so we use did, and the sentence is affirmative, so we use an apostrophe t. That means the take answer is didn't, and if the subject they, so we use they directly. The answer is didn't they. Dear student, now I write a negative sentence. Meena is not a good student. Here, Meena, in this sentence the verb is, so if a sentence has an auxiliary verb, we use it directly. Here we write is, and if the sentence is negative, we don't use the negative term. Here a negative term is not, so we don't use not in tech question. Then we use subject, but the subject is Meena. Meena is a noun. If the subject is noun, we use pronoun of this noun. The pronoun of this noun is she, so we use she as a pronoun. The answer is she. Another negative sentence is, he never tell a lie. It's a negative sentence. Here, if a sentence has never, it's definitely negative sentence. Never is a negative word. So, if the sentence has a negative word, we don't use it. Just we use we use verb that here he never tells a lie. So, the answer is the verb is tells. If the verb carrying with s or es, we use does, and the sentence is negative, so we don't use not. Just we see the subject. The subject is he. We use he directly as a subject of a question. The answer is does he. Dear student, now we write a different rule of negative sentence. At first, I clean the board. The negative sentence, he seldom comes here. Dear student, when you read this sentence, we imagine it may be affirmative sentence, but if a sentence contains seldom, rare, hardly, this is negative sentence. If the sentence contains this term, we call it negative sentence. So, it is a negative sentence. As a negative sentence, we don't use not. Just we use does for the word is comes here. Come is based from come take s or es, so we use does. Then here seldom is a negative word, so you don't use not. Just we use subject. The subject is he, so we use he as a subject. The answer is does he. Dear student, next sentence. Some subjects are very big, such as everyone. If the sentence starts with everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, someone, somebody, all, some, none, any. If the sentence starts with this subject, we use they as a pronoun of take question, such as everyone loves flower. Here, everyone, we use they as a subject of take question, and this is an affirmative sentence, so we use not, and there is no auxiliary verb in this sentence, so we use does because here principal verb or main verb is love, and s or es is added here. So if the verb take s or es, we use does. So finally answer is doesn't they. Dear student, another example is nobody played football. Dear student, we use they as a pronoun because we know that if the sentence starts everyone, everybody, no one, nobody, here the sentence starts with nobody, so we use they. And the sentence is negative, so not is not necessary to use there. Not is unnecessary. Then we see the verb. The verb is played, the past form of verb. So we use did, because if the verb used from the past form, we use did. Finally, the answer is did they. Dear student, another rules. I clean the board, then I write the another rules. You wait. All of the voyage, all of the voyage likes him. Here the student in this sentence we see that all of the boys is the subject. If the sentence start with all of, some of, any of, none of, then the with all of the subject is third person plural number, we use they as a pronoun. That means all of the boys, all of the students, all of the girls, none of the boys, none of the students. If it is subject, we use they. And here there is no auxiliary verb. Here only one verb, that is likes. This verb takes es, so we use does as an auxiliary verb. And the sentence is affirmative, so we use not and apostrophe t, not. That means the final answer is doesn't they. Exactly. All of the boys, none of the boys, all of them. If the sentence after all of the, then the subject is third person, we use they. All of is a plural form. That means if any sentence has all of the boy, that means it incorrect, but answer is all of the answer is doesn't they. Sorry, exactly here not, don't, doesn't they. All of the voyage don't like, all of the voyage likes. All of the boys like here, because all of the plural from, all of the boys is also plural from, so plural from take base from of verb. All of the boys like him, don't they. Another example is any of the teacher write it. Any of the teacher write it. Here any of the teacher, any of, some of, none of, all of, then the subject, this is the plural form of subject, so we use they as a subject of the question, and this is a affirmative sentence, so we use not, and there is no auxiliary verb here, the main verb is right, so we use do. This is the right answer, don't they. Dear student, here we change the subject. Suppose all of us help him. All of us help him. Here I use a subject, this is us. So we tell you, after awful, if we use us, suppose awful us, none of us, any of us, some of us, the object is they. Sorry, the object is we. We is used for us. Us is the we is the subjective form of us. So if sentence start with all of us, we use subject of take question we, and here there is no auxiliary verb. The main verb is help, so we use do, and it is an affirmative sentence, so we use not. That means final answer is don't we. I write it clearly. Don't we. Dear student, I continue my lecture next day from here. So everybody, I wish everybody fine. Thank you. All the best.